Janet Deneefe. Good morning, Janet. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Pagi.
Good morning, looking so good. Now, first of all, Janet, can you explain about the UWRF or UWRF and Yayasan Mudraswati Saraswati for those who might not be familiar with it?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, it was created as a healing project. The first Bali bombings in 2004 we started, and it was in an attempt to bring back the community, boost the economy, just get Bali back on its feet. So, and at the time, I had hospitality in Bali and like event management really. So, I thought about what sort of activity is to have great meaning for Ubud, Bali, even Indonesia at this time. And, a writers' festival seemed the best kind of event platform because it provides, a stage for people to get together and discuss, the issues that concern us all in the region and just to discuss literacy and literature.
Right. So tell us a little bit about the festival itself.
Well, I guess the way I describe it is it's like a conference, okay? So every day from 9 to 5, we have, 1 hour panel sessions and talk show. So we bring together different writers, creatives, artists, musicians, just talking about, the written word and their particular, skills. And then we also add to that. So we have, book launches. So, if you're penning your first book or even you're an established writer, you can launch your book to a fantastic audience in Ubud. We also have readings and cocktail parties. It's Ubud, so we like to celebrate. We have literary lunches, long table dinners, and then at night we have film, performances. We try and bring in the best of the local performing, musicians, artists, etc. So it really is like a mini art. And there's something for everybody, and there's ticketed events, but there's also free events because part of our vision and mission as a yayasan is to support the local community. And so by doing that, we provide, a certain part of the program for free.
So is it all locals then that are part of it, or is it a combination of locals and a collaboration of foreigners that are currently living in Ubud as well?
It's a mixture. It's local Indonesians, it's expats, but it's also international writers, etc. Because for me, as an Australian living in Bali, I see the most beneficial way to create this is to bring everybody together because that's how we learn, that's how we grow as people, as nations even. So I think for me, the cross-cultural aspect is really exciting. And also, of course, the festival itself provides a huge networking platform. So, you don't just get writers, etc. You also get publishers and literary agents and editors and translators. So it's a great place for any writer who really wants to proceed in their career to meet people that can take them to the next level.
But initially when you said that this festival was funded because it was a healing process and healing project in addition to get Bali to its feet after the Bali bombing, but Bali is well known for tourism. It is very interesting to me. Why is it writers and readers? Do you have any reason behind that?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot because we felt that in order to be a great writer, you have to be a great reader. In order to be a successful writer, you have to have a great reading population as such. So for us, the two go hand in hand. So you might be a great writer, but if you don't have a reading audience, you can't really go that far. So we felt that, it was a marriage, like husband and wife, the writer and the reader. So it just felt important for us to include those two of the whole.
And I recently actually earlier this year visited because as I mentioned, Hans, my mom's villa is just about half an hour, 40 minutes north of Ubud.
Yeah.
And I actually took the time to stop by, and I've stopped by several times. And I'm so glad that my last trip there, I started to see Ubud coming back to life again, and so glad that festivals like this are able to take place again. And this year, the festival carries the theme,
Yeah.
Mamayu Hayuning Bawana. Now, my Bahasa is horrible, so I think it roughly translates to something like bringing out the beauty to the world. But please, can you explain the meaning? I'm sure you can understand it better
That's not
than
even
me.
Bahasa Indonesia
It
to
is
start with.
correct, yeah. So would you be able to explain this theme for us, Janet?
It's actually a Javanese philosophy or principle.
Right.
And it's ultimately about achieving harmony in your life, but on that path to beauty. I mean, there seems to be a strong connection with beauty, achieving beauty, seeking beauty, maintaining that through harmony, which, right throughout Indonesia, this sense of harmony is sort of fundamental to the culture. So, and when my husband was talking to me about it, and he was sort of kind of creating this imagery where it was like, with humanity, you take the many strands of life and you weave it or knit it together. So that's why in the image we have this idea of the two pulling all the threads together. So in order to have the beauty, you need the harmony, and that ultimately creates the most peaceful life, the most balanced life, and the most beautiful life. So we felt right now, at this time, we need to talk more about this, more than ever, because post-COVID, it's like we're more fractured than ever before. There's more disturbances on the planet. So talk about that, and how can we make difference as a people on the planet, community.
I totally agree. The timing is impeccable. I mean, it's coming at just the right time for a theme like this where, we are realizing how much we took things for granted in the past and that how we could lose everything so quickly just like that. And,
Yeah,
and
but,
we need to appreciate things.
when it comes to the festival, lots of people are actually waiting for who is going to be
Of course.
in the lineup. And since the first festival, and I'm not mistaken, I went there for the first time in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. But
Right.
is there any of the authors or particular events that you're actually waiting or you're actually excited about first?
For the headliners.
Yeah, the headliners.
I mean, I'm always excited about everybody, I'm always excited about the headliners, but it's often also the lesser-known authors that I'm equally excited about because they've all got something unique to say and they write in unique ways. So I just get excited overall because for me, just seeing everybody together with the Indonesians too. I mean, I'm talk about them as well. So I just find it's just a great time. And the festival itself is really inspirational. So there's very few people that would leave that would not be inspired by the event.
Right, so you mentioned earlier about why it's important for organizations, especially like yours, who are much more established as well, to offer a platform for emerging writers to promote their work. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to take part. So how do you actually, what's the selection process like? How do you decide who will attend and what the lineup will be in the itinerary?
Yeah, I mean, we make a public statement like offering young emerging writers to submit their work with all the criteria. And then we have two teams that actually select their work. So we have the first team, which is a larger team because there's a large body of work that comes in. And then there's the second team that then do the choosing, a bit like Miss First Hat. So, we have stages. So there's the first team and the second team. And then, we select around 10 works. And we actually translate that work. We're doing it a little bit differently because we're offering them, the people that are selected, we're offering them a workshop, a writing workshop.
Nice.
For the week. So, our job is to find these emerging writers and also assist their path to a great career. So we feel that any kind of educational, learning programs, etc., will be highly beneficial. So the work that they write through this 1 week program, we now also will translate that, publish that. And so we want to be a part of their their growth as creatives. And, you know, I feel like that's our job, to provide them with as many opportunities as possible.
So from the sounds of it, also this festival meant to nurture the young talents, I mean the young writers. But can you explain how the Ubud Writers and Readers Festival supports young writers? Do you have any message for those who might be watching at the moment, Janet?
I think, we love young writers. And I love young Indonesians. I mean, I'm always blown away at the fact that I think half the population's, you know, under 30 or whatever. So
Yeah.
for me, this is the time.
Oh, that includes me.
This is the time for young Indonesians. Yeah. I'm just about 30, by the way. So, yeah, we embrace young Indonesians, and that's why we started the Emerging Writers Program. Again, to find them and to offer them opportunities. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and I really hope that can grow. And actually, a number of years ago, we did have a Bali Emerging Writers Festival, but in the end, we merged it into the Ubud Writers Festival because we just didn't have the funding to create these two events. But that was really,
Okay.
anybody out there who wants to help us survive that one. It was really, really good. So, yeah, we have to pay a lot of attention to young Indonesians. That's the future of this country. And, you know, Indonesia sees itself as becoming, you know, superpower in so many years ahead. It's the young Indonesians that are going to drive that. Huge, huge potential and highly creative. So we want to be a part of that and to help them.
I totally agree. There's so much creativity and talent out there, and the future is in their hands. We say that about every other sector and industry, so why not in the creative and arts industry?
The important thing is there is actually platform provided.
Exactly.
And this is actually one of them.
And this year, it will be taking place on the 27th to the 30th of October, 2022.
Nice.
You guys can find out more at ubudwritersfestival.com. Tickets are still available. I believe there might still be some early bird tickets available if you want. Get them for a bit of a discount. There you go. And if you want to just check out the website, or you can check out Instagram at Ubud Writers Fest. That's the handle, and you guys can find out more about this very exciting festival coming up this year.
Nice.
Janet, thank you so much. Good luck.
Please join us. Please,
Always
Thank you,
looking
thank
for
you.
an excuse to go to Bali, Janet. Thank you. Take care.